Hey, 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 it's your girl, Dr. Khadijah X Chapman. Um, hmm, Playing with them. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Uh, Trying to close my little drawer here. Oh well, can't close it. Um, Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Let me start my Periscope that says, "Don't miss your millions today. Don't miss your millions today." Hey, 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 it's your girl, Dr. Khadijah X Chapman. Let me turn this around. Let's see. Flip the camera. Hey, guys, how you doing? It's your girl, Dr. Khadijah X Chapman. And for those of you who catch the replay, I want to say thank you so much for being here. I want to let you know that I am Dr. Khadijah X Chapman. I am the founder of the Millionaires Matrix, where we are unapologetically engineering Black millionaires. I am your coach, Millionista, the girl that's helping you to connect the dots, showing you how to literally engineer the lifestyle that you ultimately want to have. Hey, Trevor. Hi, how are you? Happy Father's Day. Hi, Vincent. Thanks so much for joining. I am just so excited today, guys. I have been working on a master plan. It's my master plan I want to share with the world. I am very passionate. I am unapologetically setting up the stage so that we can work together collectively to engineer Black millionaires, because that is my passion. Thank you so much for the Hearts Periscope. Thank you so much for joining. Nice. I can't see the name there, but thank you for being here, Daryl. Listen, guys, it's time for us to take the game to a whole nother level. It's time to engineer the life that we absolutely want to have, dealing with your mindset, dealing with understanding how to have the credit that you need to have to build the business that you need to build, to understand branding, to understanding marketing, to understanding just how to engineer the lifestyle that you need. Now, one of my coaches yesterday was saying to me that she hasn't reached millionaire status yet, right? And I really want to say this, that she has absolutely reached millionaire status. She may not have, quote unquote, the monetary number, but you have to reach millionaire status first mentally in your mindset. It has to start there first before it could ever be activated in your bank account. Does that make sense to anybody? Does that make sense to anybody? And my coach, she also told me that, which I thought was very powerful. She said, Khadijah, a lot of people are intimidated by the word millionaire. So you got to break it down a little bit. So we're coming out with this, but the course is I, millionaire, which stands for, introduction to how to reach millionaire status. It's really not that scary. It's really not that difficult. But I'm really here to share a powerful message, which is that we as Black, African Americans, Moors, whatever nationality, well, Black isn't a nationality, neither is African American. So for those of us who are really beginning to understand who we really are, we're Moors, we're the Moors nation, and which means we were already here. But that's a whole nother scope. That's a whole nother Facebook Live. We have to come together collectively. I had a very powerful conversation with a gentleman, and he brought something to my attention that I didn't really think about, and he talked about how Black people are being desensitized to what's happening to them. Like, for example, they're shooting our men and they're imprisoning our men, and we know it's happening, but we're not really doing a damn thing about it. And it's really time for us to come together and do something together collectively. It's time. And there's a lot of us who are doing okay, or we're doing pretty okay, or damn well, but we're doing it kind of individually, and we're kind of scattered all over the place, which means we have no power. We have no power. And I don't know exactly how George Fraser said it, but he said it in a very powerful form where, like, basically we need to come together. And it's cool for us to come together and network with one another and kind of lightweight sing Kumbaya with each other. But at the end of the day, guys, we have to put our money together. We have to begin to put our resources together. Thank you so much for joining, Derek. We have to put, and happy Father's Day if you're a father. To all the fathers, please, happy Father's Day. Absolutely. But we have to start putting putting our resources together. And then, people go, well, how do you do that? How the hell do we do that, right? Because we're saying buy Black, and then you're going, well, how can I buy Black? Where, who? Not to say there's not any Black businesses. Of course, we have Black businesses, but at the grand scheme of things, this is what the Millionaires Matrix is setting up to do. Just to be really clear, we have inside the Millionaires Matrix a platform And I call it the perfect platform. I call it a one-stop shop. It's amazing. We're unapologetic about our vision and our mission. And we have inside something known as the new Black Wall Street, where not only do you have a place to be able to put whatever it is that you do on 10, you know, like they say, so it's lit. But you have millionaire mentors who are there to help you to build your brand, to help you with your marketing. And if we co-brand with you, you guys have to see my master webinar I'm doing next week. If we co-brand with you, then guess what? We help take your business to the next level, and which means we have an interest in you, which we have an interest in everybody. But the cream rises to the top, and that's just how life goes, guys. The cream rises to the top. And for me, I'm real clear on it's time for us to come together and inside of a platform that's specifically designed for us to work together. I mean, it's cool that you're getting your money. And some of you guys who really ain't giving the money that you really want, you ain't stacked it up the way you want, we can help you with that. So today in meditation, what came to me was to show the value. Was to really show the value, because like there's a price point to come inside the Millionaires Matrix, and there's some people who feel like, I don't know what they feel about it, because at the end of the day we know it's very fair, and I'll just leave it at that. But in order to really understand the value, you need to go to Team 3K a day, so that you can get on our list, so you can get access to the masterclass. And it's going down on Wednesday, guys. It's going down on Wednesday. It's a masterclass. It's a Millionaire Mindset Masterclass, and we take you all the way through everything, all of the benefits, you know, what it entails, your expectations. It's a free membership to join the Millionaires Matrix. You can join absolutely free. But like my one guy likes to say, Trevor Ice, who's actually, I don't know if he's still here, but those who pay, they pay attention. And guys, listen, the cost of freedom, it's a price to pay. You pay for your time, or you're going to pay with your pocketbook. So either way, you're going to pay. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you pay more, you get more. And we're looking for people who really want to invest in themselves, who really want to invest inside of a community designed for them to win. I don't know of any other platform where there's a dynamic for us that's there for us to win. I don't know. I know people out here trying to sell your product. There's a whole lot of them. See, I don't need to sell your product. And that might be what makes me a little bit different than some of these other people who come online. Because, see, my lifestyle, my investment strategies, they pay for my lifestyle. I don't have to worry about, and I've been doing this for 23 years. Thank you so much, Brother Hearts. And anyone who replays, please share this with your followers. Share it, and a girl loves some hearts. Y'all know my goal is 1 million hearts, right? So yes, you go to team3kaday.com, and that's team. Wait a minute, guys. I forgot to name my site. I got so many things going on. 3K a day. Yeah, Team 3. Wow, Team 3K a day. Yeah, team3kaday.com. We playing around with some names, so. Yeah, so what do you say? You just want to pull up in a Lambo? Well, listen, we can get you there, right? But we want to get you there so that you're not really worried about somebody looking for the Lambo because you can't pay the notes. We want to make sure you have an investment strategy that takes care of the notes. So now that's the thing, guys. When you get together and you start, thank you so much for joining. Life is for beautiful. Thank you so much. You want to buy your mom a house? Well, I had the pleasure of buying my mother a home. A couple years ago, I told her to go pick whatever she wanted, and she picked a rather small house as a ranch, but hey, it's what she wanted. So like everybody told me, that's what she wanted. So anyway, that's, yeah, I've been there, done that. And it is a wonderful feeling. Okay, let me see, I lost track. Yeah, team3kaday.com. And we want you to get on that list so that you can participate and be a part of the masterclass, and you can actually be in position to join us as soon as the doors open back up. But guys, you know what? If I ask you today, what is your credit score? If I ask you today, what's the interest rate that you're paying for the car that you're driving or the house that you're in? Or Lord forbid, you're paying, where you're renting something when you can own anything. You can own anything. You can own a home, and it doesn't matter what your credit is. It doesn't matter well, it does matter how much money you make. it matters. It doesn't matter your credit score. You don't need money. We have so many programs, and that's what's so powerful. Like one of my millionaire mentors, she told me about a program I had never even heard about, where you could actually get inside of a property with no money down, no. It doesn't really matter what your interest rate is. It's a really, really good. Hi, Neger. Thank you. You say your name is Neger. Okay, are you being funny? Maybe that's a tone. I didn't even get that. But we're gonna block you, and hopefully, if I block, because yesterday was a guy on my thing. I'm not gonna say his name, but it was his real last name. But it sounded like he was being funny, but he wasn't. It was really his name. Anyway, listen, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to change the game. I'm ready to fund a school system. I'm ready to I know, right? He got me. Yes, he did. Hi, David. How are you? Hi, Hector Pro. Hi, guys. Is that Brad? Hi, thank you for being here. For anyone who's a father, happy Father's Day. Have to say it again. Yes, guys, it's time for us to change the game. It's time for us to take our power, to reclaim our power, because right now we give it away. We have so much power. 1.2. Oh, thank you. 1.2 trillion. Thank you so much for the hearts. $1.2 trillion in spending power. Like, real talk. Like, that's a lot of power. And I heard one young lady say, she's the president of a black bank. Yeah, we're not gonna pay them no attention. She was saying how if we could, right now, 2% of that $1.2 trillion is redirected back into the black community. Are you serious? I mean, is that a real statistic? Seriously, yes, that's a real statistic. So at the end of the day, I'm getting better at saying that word statistic. I used to always be like, I can do it. See, that practice makes perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So anyway, she was saying that if we could just get 10% to be redirected into our community, that would create 1 million more jobs. I had a conversation yesterday, and I know I may be repeating myself for some people who may have heard this yesterday, but it was a very, 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 very powerful conversation about President Obama. And one thing, you never gonna find me doing anything negative about President Obama. Okay, I'm not that girl. He couldn't save the world. He could do everything. There's a lot of things he wanted to do. He couldn't do. He had a lot of opposition, and it's so ironic. So you got to understand the game. A lot of things that he tried to do, the same people who came back during the next election said he didn't do. They fought him every step of the way when he attempted to do certain things. So you got to understand the game. But see, this is the thing. Most people aren't paying attention. Most people aren't paying attention, and that's the thing, guys. We have to start paying attention. I'm excited. I am so excited because I know it's possible. And I know for those who get where I'm coming from, they're going to join. They're going to be a part of the Millionaires Matrix. They're going to unapologetically be a part of the dynamic where we're creating new black powerful millionaires. We have a lot of fun, a ton of fun. We get into some powerful investment strategies. Hi. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. We get into powerful investment strategies. Listen, we have an investment strategy that you can start with $50. So listen, guys, when I tell you, I mean, I'm dealing with a master trader, one of 4 in the whole entire world who is literally teaching everyone inside of the Millionaires Matrix. They're teaching my members how to trade, and it won't cost them anything additional. Now I have about 4 or 5 different traders, and at the end of the day, we all get to, some are doing Forex, some are doing options, some are doing futures and commodities, and some are just doing regular, like just a regular blue chip, the old way of trading where you hold and you buy and you hold, and for long-term growth, which is fine. What is the return on investment with this company? You have to join us and see. It's just, I don't really know. I think it's probably, it's just through the roof. It's something you probably never experienced before. How about that? So, yeah, guys, listen, join Team 3K a Day, team3kaday.com. That's where you go. That's where you get signed up. And just know that it's time to change the game. It's time to change the game. When I said yesterday about, I talked a little bit about being desensitized. We have to start to pay attention, and we have to start taking responsibility, because there's no one else is going to save us. And I don't watch TV. I haven't seen TV in months. I very seldom, well, I have seen TV, but I haven't seen like CNN and the news and stuff like that. I've watched a little bit of TV here and there. But real talk, my TV is like, I told the joke, I have an 8-inch screen television in my living room, in my great room. And one day somebody said, well, does it work? Because it's never on when they came to my house. Not that they come a lot, but, it's just so funny. I'm like, of course it works. I don't have anything in my house that doesn't work. That would make sense. But I knew what they were being funny, because it's like the TV's never on. So I don't know what Trump is doing, but I've heard that I guess Section 8 and welfare, maybe, I'm not sure, is being taken away. And listen, I don't know, because sometimes I go back and I listen to what that man has said, and it's not what people think it is. Like he took away some funding a while ago for some governmental things, or what he was saying was the way the money was being spent, it didn't make sense, and the programs weren't working. So he was shutting them down to go back in and figure out how to make them work and make sense. If that's what he's actually doing, that's a great thing, because I know for a fact there were some things that when I was in corporate America that just made no freaking sense. And, you know, it was just kind of like, I mean, like, for example, one lady goes to the Social Security department and they're telling her, well, you're dead. And according to our computer, you're dead, and I can't talk to you and I can't help you. I mean, you know, some stuff is like, what are you talking about, lady? I mean, it's a computer, and the person standing in front of you with her driver's license, birth certificate, etc., and you're looking at a screen, computer screen, saying, I can't help you. You know, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. You have people who are on welfare now, and they need a little bit of help, and they're getting food stamps, whatever, or medical, whatever, money for daycare, whatever, and they're like $5 or $10 away from being at that cutoff where if they make $5 or $10 more, they're cut off. So now they can't afford to keep the job because they can't afford daycare, medical, and what's the other? Maybe food stamps to help, you know, to bridge the gap. But so they cut them off because they made the $5 or $10 more. So now they have to ultimately give up the job to go back and get on welfare, you know, stuff like that. So, but this is what I know. And guys, I'm gonna tell you something. I got some powerful statistics that blew my mind away. Do you know that the Black church collects enough money in tithes on a Sunday to feed every homeless person? And I don't know if it's in the world or in America, but either way, that's some pretty powerful stuff. So, and I'm talking Black churches. So y'all know that means we got some money. I mean, real talk, right? So now it's just a matter of some of us coming together saying, look, this don't make no freaking sense. Like, if there's 44 million African Americans in, or Moors, or Black, whatever you want to call us right now, I'm just going to call us African Americans to keep it simple. And each one of us just gave $1. Each one of us gave $1 every single month. You know, it's $44 million we would have to do something powerful with. I mean, just think about that. I mean, I know that that's not going to happen, but think of the possibilities of enough of us realize how powerful the number of people that us who are here, the impact that we can make if we just start thinking of doing something a little differently than the way we've been doing it. We all know we have $1. Let me tell you what my brother said yesterday. He went on Facebook and he said today is Father's Day. He's going down to the courthouse. Well, he's gathering people who want to be a part of this, right? And tomorrow we're going, and we're going to pay for 10 to 20. Well, now it's going to be much more than that. People to get out of jail, because there's a lot of Black men down there who need to get out of jail, and they only need $100 to $200 to get out of jail. Y'all, listen, do you hear me? There are a lot of Black men in jail right now, and they only need $100 to $200 to get out of jail. And you know, and I talk about this because, see, this is real talk. You know, this is real talk. We have Black men that need us. You know, we have Black women. Of course, the women need the men, and we need each other. But do you understand that there's Black men? I'm talking young men, typically young men, not necessarily all young men, who just don't have the family support, who just don't have the family dynamic. So they're sitting in jail for something stupid, but they can't get out. And guess what they're being used for? Slave labor. Slave labor, absolutely. And you know, some people say, Khadijah, you're going too deep, but I'm going to tell you something. Damn it, somebody got to have this conversation. I mean, it's Father's Day, and we have a lot of Black men who are in prison, and a lot of them are in prison only because we didn't come check for them. We didn't come check for them. As a community, as a people, they had no voice. Period. I can't tell you how many people I talk to and I try to help raise money for families because somebody in the family had good credit and they're trying to raise money in a rush to go and pay an attorney $50,000 or $75,000 for a crime that their kid did not commit. Y'all don't hear me though. And so we're being reactive instead of proactive, and it's time to stop. And you know, and then a lot of times I listen to what happened and I'm saying, go to trial. The kid didn't do it, and they have so much evidence showing they didn't do it. But guess what? Our people are scared to go to trial because the prosecutor, who shouldn't be having a conversation with you at all, and the attorney is scaring you that, oh my God, you could lose the trial, and if you lose the trial, the kid da-da-da-da. And it's a game because they know that they really don't have a case. So what do they get you to do? They get you to plead out. They get you to take a plea. There's a show right now called Article 13. Don't know if you've seen it. It's on Netflix. It's powerful. Go watch it, okay? This show talks about, it's a dynamic show, but it says 97% of people who go to prison are there based on a plea agreement. I have a felony to this day. I was going to trial. Didn't do what they said I did. I had some culpability. I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't know what my partner was doing, but I had no real idea of the grand scheme of things, like what he was doing. But I knew he was up to some slick, right? So, okay. And make a long story short, I was going to trial because I had nothing to do with that whole thing, right? They scared me so much at the very last second. They told me that they had people in his organization, which none of these people knew me. And he had already assured me this. None of them knew me, blah, 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 whatever. But they scared me at the last second and said that these people had signed, what do you call it? Something against me, as though they would come to court and just lie and say I did X, Y, Z. So, of course, I took a plea. Make a long story short. And at the last second, I didn't have time to call anybody, blah, blah, blah. Later on, I found that it was a lie. But guess what? I already had to take a plea. There's nothing. And that's a whole nother story. But the point that I'm making is, I was young, I had no knowledge. Later on in life, I was indicted of something else later, which was crap. And I went all the way to trial with it, all the way. So at the very last second, after they beat the SHIT up out of me, they convinced me to take a plea to a misdemeanor, but they knocked it all the way down. And my plea was contingent on if I took this plea, they would let this other guy who really didn't have nothing to do with it either, but they would do something like good for him. I can't remember what it was, but so basically I was kind of forced to take a plea to help somebody else on the team who really didn't have nothing to do with it either, which I later learned the reason if I would have went to trial, they know I would have won. They know it, but I didn't know it because I didn't know what I know now, right? But what I learned was that they're more interested in the conviction rate. So even if I take a plea to a misdemeanor, that's still a conviction. So all I'm saying is this, guys, when we know better, we do better. Real talk. So inside the Millionaires Matrix, there's a lot of information that you're not going to find in any of these other programs. And I'm not here to compete with anybody because, listen, I have 5 coaches, okay? So I spend money with a lot of people. And I'm not sitting here trying to say this platform is better than that platform. What I'm saying is this is Article 13. Please watch it. And please share it with your friends and tell your family and everybody to watch it. And I don't want us to just watch something of that magnitude. I want us to join the movement, which is the Millionaires Matrix. Come and be a part of our movement. We're unapologetically engineering black men and women. And someone tried to get me to kind of just go after women in my space of what it is that I'm doing. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. I really appreciate it. And they were like, you gotta have a target market. And I mean, we were on this, and that's right. You do have to have it. We do have to have a target audience as the target market. Absolutely. But for me, I'm like, I don't really see too many people going after our black men. Like, real talk. And I mean, as a woman, I attract a lot of black men. In business, I attract a lot of black men. I sit at the table with a lot of black men who really got it going on. And I mean, they got it going on too, baby. And I'm usually the only female there because of the way I think. I don't know. And I'm invited. I'm actually invited by, I'm at round tables and advisory boards and things of that nature. And it's usually men. So for me, that's a natural occurrence for me. And it's like, I love my black men because they're beautiful and they're bold and they're bodacious and they're creative and tenacious and all those great things. And I love working with my black men. And I know, trust me, I was an educator of a school K through 12, which is why it's on my heart. Like, I really want to tell a story. Let me tell you a story real quick and then I'm going to move on, right? VIP Mike Love. Hey, VIP Mike Love. I see you. Hey, all right, thank you guys, and thank you. But listen to what happened to my son. From the time he was in preschool all the way up to like 3rd grade, kid made straight A's, 100%. Very seldom did he ever get a B in anything, right? I know I told you I had my little vacation. I was at a little camp cupcake for about 11 months, right? So, okay, I come home. They got my son inside of a new school, and it's an African-American. That's the, what do you call it? That's the, they had things. They had things, right? So the thing was, teaching us about our history, that type of stuff, etc. So at the end of the day, I go to the open house. That's what it was. And it was packed. I was so impressed. It was packed. There was a lot of people there. The teacher called me a few times. And about my son pulled the little girl hair in front of him, or he kicked somebody's chair, whatever. She called me a few times, and I, whatever. At the end of the day, I kind of, had a little conversation with my son, whatever. So we go, it's open house, right? And I'm so impressed by the teachers, I'm impressed by the conversation. But listen to this: the principal or somebody got up and said that the test scores for the school were like super like low, and they gave some statistics. So I'm sitting there, and I promise you, I'm sitting there, and I wanted to like stand up and say, "Excuse me, did you just say that the amount of kids who, whatever the statistics were, was something like horrific?" So, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I didn't hear that right, so whatever. I'm sitting there, I'm watching the rest of the program. It was an amazing program. It really was. They had some really smart kids there, and they were like, I can't explain it. They were like hosting the event, these young kids, like they weren't even in the 5th grade maybe, and the way they spoke, and they were so articulate, etc., right? So, okay, well, we get to meet our kids' teachers. I go into my teacher's room, my kid's room. She hands me a folder. "Hi, Miss Chapman. Oh, it's so nice to meet you. Your son, blah, blah, blah," right? And she gives me the folder, and I start looking through his test, because that's what open house is, right? You start looking at your kid's test. Guess what? He had D's and C's and F's, right? And I'm like, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe this isn't my kid's folder, right? Right? So, okay, whatever. It's his folder. I'm like horrified. "Lady, wait, you called me a few times telling about the kid. My kid pulled somebody here, kicked the chair in the front, did whatever. It's talking too much. I don't know. Lady, you never said one time that his test scores were like just horrific or whatever." It was some other stuff, right? So now I'm real confused, because I know my kid is smart, right? And I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe, 4th grade, the work's getting a little harder. To make a long story short, mind you, I'm just coming home from my little vacation, so I ain't really making a whole lot of money, okay? I start looking into private schools for my son to go to, because I knew, I just knew, something in me was like, I gotta get him out of here. So I go to these different schools, and my best friend told me about this Muslim school. Now, mind you, I'm not Muslim, but guess what? I ain't Catholic either. And how many black people got their kids in black schools? She's seen a presentation they had did, because I was in Cleveland. Cleveland has a scholarship thing for kids, whatever. You can send your kids to like Montessori schools and charter schools, yeah, and things like that. So I'm like, anyway, so I go to the school. He didn't have a scholarship, but I went. And I talked to the people there, and let me tell you something, the building was so run down. And she told me this. She said they said in their presentation that the outside of the building, that the building needed some work. The building was so run down, I passed it 2 or 3 times looking for it. Real talk, okay? But anyway, I go inside the school, and let me tell you, I felt love when I walked in that building. I can't explain it. I can't explain. And these Muslims, they weren't the best dressed, but they were, you could tell they were clean, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't like they was, I'm not trying to be funny, but the place was like, the inside it wasn't as bad as outside, but getting up to the space and some of it needed, I'm surprised it was open, okay? Surprised that somebody didn't shut it down. But anyway, it wasn't like falling down, but it needed some work. Make a long story short, my son, I got him into the school, and I had to beg and borrow, because it was like, I forget what it cost, but I didn't have it. So I said, listen, I type 90 words a minute, and I'm very good with, administrative work. I will help you. And so, of course, they needed help, so we bartered. I could come in and do some things, volunteer, blah, blah, blah. Well, as God would have it, thank God, my son got a scholarship, so he was able to go. I didn't mind helping out, but I didn't have to, because I was able to pay, blah, blah, blah. But let me tell you what happened the first week of school. The first week of school, they told me they're going to take my son through a series of tests. He's going to be in classroom B. They're going to get him up to par. They don't know how long it's going to take to be on task with their kids. And their kids were graduating at age 15. Did y'all hear me? 15. I mean, going to like Case University, going to any college they wanted to. Like, it was some deep stuff. They had all kind of phenomenal test scores. They were all over the building. Like, their kids, and there was newspaper articles about their kids and how they were just off the hook with it, right? So, okay, so my kid is in classroom B. Friday, the teacher says, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you, Miss Chapman. I'm like, oh, Lord, what my kid did now? Because when he was a kid, a whole nother story, they told me to put the kid on Ritalin, which I never, ever did. Thank God I never did that. So anyway, so she says, hey, I want to talk to you about your kid. I'm thinking, oh Lord, what has he done? What has he done? So she says, we're moving your kid up to classroom A. He's going to be with the regular kids, regular class level, etc. I'm like, OMG. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm like, wow, really? So I'm excited. Then I got scared because she handed me a piece of paper that had his homework and his work on it and his spelling words. And I'm 3 degrees. I'm 3 years in, a junior at Cleveland State University at the time. I didn't know these words. I'm looking at these words like, oh my God, like, I'm going, oh my God. And I was working, and I had my little side hustle as an entrepreneur, and I was working a lot of overtime. I barely had any time. So even when I was bartering with them to do whatever I had to do, I really didn't have the time, but I was going to make the time. So now I'm looking at this work with my kid going, oh my God, oh my God. Make a long story short, man, my son, the next week, he studied everything on his own. I didn't have to help him with anything. By the time I would come home in the evening, he had did all the work, not some work, all the work. And when he took the test the next week, he got every single one of them corrected. Not only did he have to spell them, he had to write them in a he had to know, what do you call it? Synonyms, antonyms, this opposite of synonyms, anonym, whatever that word is. He had to know the opposite, and he had to use it in a sentence. So their spelling test wasn't just memorizing the freaking word. Man, listen, I can't even begin to tell you the type of math the kid was doing. And then I worked for some attorneys at the time. When I came home from my little vacation, my little VKK, Camp Cupcake, okay, I'm Federale. Yes, I'm Federale. They used to look, because I would put his little papers up, and they would be like, oh my God, what school does your son go to? And I tell the story, whatever. The point I'm making is that we need to fund an educational system for our school, for our kids. Like really, like seriously. This school that I'm telling you about, they ended up getting a what do you call it? A grant for like some crazy amount of $1 million, 20 million, 15 million, I don't know. So they were able to leave that little building, go into a much nicer building, but everything became commercialized. Everything became, we had to do things based on, the curriculum of the United States, of the Ohio State government, whatever that, like we couldn't teach, like we couldn't bring in, like a lot of the teachers they had at the other school, they were homeschooling their children, and then they came and they became teachers at this private school. They didn't have degrees, they didn't have bachelor's and masters. But of course, when you take the money from the government for as a charter school, you can't bring in that person to come and teach the children, even though they were phenomenal teachers, like so smart, they knew how to do math a whole nother kind of just stuff that they don't teach us, right? So I had a personal witness to seeing what's possible when you allow our people to be as creative. Like in the Muslim school, before it became the charter public school, they did a lot of stuff with math, and they did a lot of stuff with science, and they made it fun, and they made it engaging, and they did a lot of stuff with music, and they had just regular, like for example, one day I went in the office, and there was some men standing in there, and it was one of the secretaries standing there, and there was some kid in there that did not have, it was a couple kids there, and I guess they could tell that they were growing out, they needed shoes. And they were putting their little money together to get the kids some shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like just, I can't even begin to tell you. Okay, guys. Anyway, that's my personal testimony. I'm going to tell you like this. It's time for us to do something. Join the movement. Join the Millionaires Matrix. Become unapologetic about being in a space of possibilities. I'm looking for people who real sharp. I ain't looking for the downtrodden, oh, woe is me, I can't do it, I just don't look. Y'all can come too. But I'm looking for the people who like, listen, I'm ready to take my life to the next level. I've been doing all this other crap, and I need to be around really smart people who want to help me get to the next level. That's what I'm looking for, because trust me, I have invested a lot in my life, in my claim to better myself. And I'm steady investing money. I'm constantly spending money on me, and I give value. But when somebody can sit you down and go over a radical wealth strategy that shows you how to reach millionaire status in 3 to 5 years, that's golden. And then they give you the tools that you need to get there. That's golden. They help you connect the dots from the mindset to the understanding of business, to even the education component of who you are, even down to the foods that you need to be eating so that your third eye is open, so that you can create and attract everything that you need to be successful. Team3kaday.com, guys. It's almost like Team3kaday.com. You know what 3K stands for? If you don't know, a day, that gets you to millionaire status, okay? So, because someone said, well, what is 3K a day? So I guess I should let you know, right? Well, listen, guys, you know what? Thank you so much for allowing me to share with you a little glimpse into the Millionaires Matrix. You know, I'm Coach Millionista. I'm your girl, Dr. Khadijah X. Chapman. I'm the wealth connector. I'm the girl who's putting it together for you. Seriously, I'm the girl that has been ordained, because if you don't know, my name means one who brings wealth to a nation. And I take that, you know, y'all saw roots. You know, your name really means something, and it's purposeful. And, you know, my intention is this. As long as there is breath in my body, I'm here. I want you to win. I want you to win, everybody's winning, right? And as long as you're winning, guess what that means for me? I'm winning. And they say the best leader is the one who teaches and who has children, children too, and students who are smarter, make more money than them. So at the end of the day, that's what this game is all about. I don't want it to just be a focus on money. I don't. But to just live like an abundantly lifestyle, because you know, everybody doesn't want a, 2,000 square foot house or a 10,000 square foot house or a 20,000 square foot house. I mean, everybody wants something different. Everybody, like one guy was on here, he wants a Lamborghini. Some people don't want a Lamborghini. Like, I think those cars are cool, but that's what you want. I don't want a Lamborghini. You know, I have a nice luxury car that's cool with me, but I don't want a Lambo. But I ain't mad at you if you do. Whatever you want, you should have. You know, God is our King. You know, we come from a source greater than us that tells us that we're creators, and anything that we want we can have. So come inside the Millionaires Matrix and learn how to understand, how to develop, and how to open up that third eye. Understand how to play the game in America so that you get to win. Because right now, most of us, especially Black people, it's like we're creating wealth for everybody else, and I'm sick and tired of people having that conversation, but they're not really offering a real solution. You know, listen, guys, Wall Street, like somebody said, they said that's mostly white. That's where the rich people keep their money. And that's true. And do you know that in Wall Street, there's absolutely no losses of money? It's just an exchange of money. Do you know that currency is the flow? It's the energetic flow. So do you know you're an energetic being, and that you're attracting or repelling, whatever it is that you want in life? So if you don't have everything in life that you want, down to the person you're sleeping with, down to the person you want to sleep with, down to the amount of money that's in your bank account, to the car that you're driving, to the business that you're building. If you don't have everything that you want, you created it, you attracted it, right? So for all of us, if you want to learn how to get to the space where you're doing and you're creating the life that you want, then guess what? You have to do something different. You got to get a little radical. You got to do something a little different, right? So at the end of the day, the Millionaires Matrix is definitely something different. It's nothing. And I'm not out here trying to, let's just put something different together. And, and you join Team3kaday.com. That's how you get started, for those of you who want to. And I have an honorary doctorate for those of you who are asking. So, in finance and philosophy. And, your philosophy literally dictates your lifestyle. If you think about the people around you, and who feed into your wisdom, and who gives you direction and conversation, you pick up every too. You've also created everybody and everything that's around you. I had a business partner call me today. You know what he said? He says, oh my God, my credit score just dropped from like 780 to 565. Are you kidding me? He had one thing jump up on his credit report, and he was just like, oh my God. He was like, of course he's upset, but it's something we can handle it. But I mean, are you kidding? His score dropped that much, right? And he says, I didn't manifest this. And I said, don't get it twisted, brother. Yes, you did. I said, listen, everything is here to teach us something. I said, you have to remember that everything that we're doing, it's an energetic equation. It's not like, I can't get that deep right now because plus I'm running out of time because I have something it's still have to be. But at the end of the day, we absolutely create every experience. And what's so interesting is that we all wanna. Hey, Robert, happy Father's Day. We all want to take responsibility for the conversation when something is good. Oh yeah, I did that. Yes, yes, yes. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, let's say I cook some food and I'm an amazing cook. Yes, I am that. I am definitely amazing cook. And what I love about the way that I cook today, I make food that will make you slap your mama, and there's no pork in it, and I use organic, and I've learned, and I'm continuing to learn how to make food that is, no salt. Well, I use sea salt a little bit, but I'm learning how to cook in a way where there's no animal byproducts, and the food is amazing. And that's a whole nother conversation. For those who know, we are building a warehouse here where we're going to have a lot of our processes here. So that's going to be really phenomenal because we're creating our tribe. You know what I'm saying? Like we're building our tribe so that when you write a book or you go to the stage because you can sing or you're a speaker and you want to speak, you have a tribe already there to support you. How cool is that? You already will have. There will be thousands of us inside of the Millionaires Matrix. There will be thousands of us coming together to support you. You're a part. We're here to support you because that's what it's all about. And we're here to help. Man, listen. Okay, last story. Was talking to a guy the other day, and he what is that on my floor? Oh, and he was telling us how 10 people he got together a couple of years ago. His company is worth $6.5 million. He did this all within 5 years. So for people who think 3 to 5 years you can't reach millionaire status, like that's not true. I promise you, I promise you, it's so true. You can do it in less than 3 years, but 3 to 5 years is definitely a great goal to have. So he tells the story of how he got with 10 people, 9 other people, and they all went on. They started collectively coming up with $10,000 and $20,000, and then they went into some real estate ventures, and so on and so forth. So today, that company that they started is now worth $6.5 million, I think, something like that. It's worth over $6 million, 6.4, 6.5, right? So I want to ask you something today. If I gave you a strategy surrounded around you and 10 of your friends come together and everyone coming up with $20,000 to be part of something that can put you in the space to have $6.5 million in 5 years from today, do you have 10 people around you, well 9 including you, who have the mindset, the credit, and the ability to do it? Do you have that? I'm telling you something. It's not hard. It's not difficult to reach millionaire status in America. It's really not. You just have to be in a space of just being creative. If you read the book Think and Grow Rich, thank you so much for the hearts. I really appreciate it on Periscope. Think and Grow Rich. A lot of that book is really about thinking. That question, I don't know. I can't go there. But it's about thinking strategically. It's about thinking. It says think and grow rich. It doesn't say work and grow rich. It doesn't say meditate and grow rich. With meditation, thinking is kind of the same. But and just like Trevor, since he's having a reference to him, he told me to read a book the other day called The One Thing. And I've read that book and a couple others that kind of have that same concept. A lot of us, we do a lot of different things, and we never really understand what our true purpose is, and we really don't understand that definitive thing that makes us uniquely who we are, and we don't know how to build it, we don't know how to brand it, we don't know how to capitalize off of it. And a lot of us go to work let me tell you something. I meet so many talented people who are working somewhere, doing something for somebody, and it has nothing to do with their mission in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's artists who are have this incredible talent, but right now they're working at somebody's bank as a teller, or they're working at somebody's clothing shop as a stylist, or something that has nothing to do with what they really were called in this world to do. You know what I'm saying? There's some people who have on what I call golden handcuffs because they are part of a dynamic where they can pay their bills. So they're scared, and rightly so. If you don't quit. I was telling I was young, you don't quit one job until you have another one. So you don't ever want to just jump out, you know, and try to do something. You don't have a way to make sure you can sustain yourself. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when you start to really understand how to put little bitty things in place so that you have like a 2-month goal, you have a 3-month goal, you have a 4-month goal, you have a 5-month goal, you have a 6-month goal, you look up, you look back, and oh my God, now you're able to, now that 6-month goal, a lot of things that for that 7-month goal, you probably, that year goal, you'll probably hit it like on month 7 kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's almost like once somebody gives you the game plan, see, that's just it. Most of us have never had a game plan to reach millionaire status in 3 to 5 years. So I don't know, that might be scary for some of you guys. But we started Icon a Millionaire, which to give you an introduction to what it takes to have a millionaire lifestyle. And I just want you to just think for a minute, what would it feel like for you if you had $100,000 come into your bank account every single month because you worked and you were part of a dynamic, that was the goal, and that became your goal, and that became your reality. Thank you so much for joining, Ricky. Hi, Ricky. I mean, Vicky. I'm putting your name together, Ricky and Vicky. I mean, Vicky Press. Hi, Vicky. She, my high school chum. Hey, girl. How are you? I see you on the family on Facebook. Y'all look gorgeous, girl. You look really good. I'm so proud of you. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Charles. Hey, everybody. But what would that be? Excuse my mess in the background. Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, the day is one of them days. But listen, real talk. What would that be like for you? And, you know, just to understand that you have to start somewhere before you get there. Because a lot of us have given, you know, I'm grateful that, you know, I walked away from corporate America like almost 23 years ago. Right? So I'm not saying what I think. I'm not saying, you know, what might be. I know what's possible because I've lived it and I'm living it, and I'm constantly reinventing myself, and I'm constantly reinventing. But that's what you got to do. You know, just like I can't tell you all the things I did that didn't go, oh my God, y'all ready for some more stories? I'm going to tell you some of them later. But go back and watch the replay because I told some good ones here. Those glasses make me look like Mia Khalifa. I don't know who Mia Khalifa is. Hopefully she cool. So at the end of the day, I went through a lot, guys. I went through a lot, and I promise you, you know. But one thing I wasn't willing to do, I wasn't willing to compromise my integrity. I wasn't willing I just couldn't, I couldn't even think about going to work for somebody else. So I had to continually create and reinvent myself. So with that, I have a lot of knowledge, and I have a lot of mentors. And my millionaire mentors, they part of this. They part of this team. You know, they part of it. They waiting on you. They're like, Khadijah, where the group at? Where they at? We ready to take them on. We ready to build them. We ready to brand them. We ready to work with them. We ready to show them real estate strategies. I mean, literally, we're ready to show them investment strategies. We're willing. Like, we're willing to do the branding for them. We're willing. Where are they? Now I'm gonna have to pay them because it is what it is. That's how it go, right? However, when you become a member of the Millionaires Matrix, there is a membership. You know, like I said earlier, baby, you gotta pay to play. And you know, freedom really is, you know, not free. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a price you pay. You either gonna pay with your pocketbook, or you gonna pay with your time. And the person keeps asking if I'm a millionaire. Would you stop? I mean, real talk. I don't even understand the question, because if you got into this conversation earlier, it starts with your mindset. So the question really should be: are you in a position to become a millionaire? Because it's not about what's in my bank account. I don't go and I don't work for anybody, and I travel the world, and I can do what I want to do. So you know, you want to see my tax returns? Because they are verifiable, certifiably. Yes, I am. I created millions of dollars this year, last year, and I'll continue to do it for many more years. So at the end of the day, but that ain't what this is about, you know. And I kind of sometimes hate the fact that the name of our platform is the Millionaires Matrix. But let me be real clear how that name came about. We're already inside of a matrix designed to keep us broke. A few of my associates and I, we got together a few years ago, and we said, you know what? Let's create a dynamic to create and, you know, get people to a space of being wealthy. And we played around with different names back then, and so on and so forth. And the Millionaires Matrix became the word. Six-figure matrix, I don't know. Because and then we kept having to explain that we're not like network marketing. We're not a gifting club. We're not a money game. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like in in multi-level marketing, they have matrices where, you get in, you two people gets two people, etc. You sell a product, so you fill up a matrix. So we had to just keep, no, we are strictly a wealth building club. That's it. You do not have to recruit or anything like that. You come in, you join us, and you join the movement. You join the movement. You can get as involved or as uninvolved as you want to be. We have a very strategic way of getting every member to Millionaire Matrix, period. I mean, the only way you won't become one is if you just don't want to become one. Thanks again for coming back in, David Cox. So, it's just kind of, but the strategy is there, and it's not just one strategy. That's what's so cool. And once you get involved and you really get to see some of the webinars we have, you get to see some of the training we have, you'll get to see there's going to be something in there specifically for you. And when we're up and running and we're fully fledged, you're going to have a wealth strategy with your coach, Millionaires, me. And I haven't met one person yet that I have not been able to give a dynamic, and I promise you, not one person. I've been doing this for a very long time because this is what I do for a living. I'm a wealth strategist by trade. I mean, I help people, I help businesses like up level their game and get more money and create more money and more income. I mean, that's what I do. So for me to stop and pull back and say, I'm tired of doing that for one person or maybe a group over here or one person over there, I want to do this for my community. I have the information. I have the mentors. I have the team. I have team3kaday.com. It's in my profile. I'm sorry, Facebook, but Team3, I don't have it here anywhere, but team3kaday.com is where you go to just get to join our list so that you can have access to our masterclass webinar, the Millionaire Mindset. I think we changed the name to Black Wealth. Lord, forgive me, guys. Listen, we're just so excited. We're just so excited. And we're unapologetic about our mission. And I'm unapologetic about my excitement because, like, a lot of times I decide, let me go live. As a matter of fact, I'm playing now because I don't mean playing like that, but someone told me that I can take my Facebook Live and I can put it on my YouTube, right? So that's really, I jumped online just to kind of, do a video real quick and see if I can actually put it on Facebook, on YouTube, on YouTube. Blah, blah, blah. So we'll see. Because I'm learning technology. Trevor, one of my coaches is Trevor Otson. One of my phenomenal coaches is on marketing strategies. The man is brilliant. When he starts going, you just got to let him go. You just got to let him go. So he's definitely a part of my team. He's one of my super friends. Like, anytime I tug on him and come grab him and stroke him and check, he right there. Yeah, what you want me to do? No, I'm just being silly. But I mean, that's what it is, guys. Because see, but when I come to my people, I'm coming. I ain't playing. I'm coming because we have to be ready. I'm around people right now who taught me that money talks and bush. What it walks, real talk. Like I've seen things happen when that dollar bill is like serious. Real talk. I mean, there's restaurants we want to go to. There's places we want to get in, and sometimes they tell us, sorry, we can't. It's no more room at the end, right? Not with my folks. It's very seldom that we can't get in. At the end of the day, but it ain't about that. It ain't just about that. But I'm gonna tell you something. Having money gives you privilege. It does. It gives you privilege. And a lot of us, we stand on the outside looking in because we don't have what it takes to get there. We don't. And I mean, sometimes it's just something as little as I want to take my kids out, and the tickets are like $75 a piece, and it's 8 people in a family, and who can I afford that? You ain't got to have $1 million, but sometimes you just want to have a little something extra so you can do some of the things in life that you really want to do. When you want to take somebody to a great event, maybe out of town because somebody's getting married, and oh my God, I would love to be there, but now you can't be there because guess what? You gotta go to the corporate plantation. Get off the damn corporate plantation. I mean, don't just go quit your job tomorrow, but figure out a strategy, become part of a movement so that you can be part of the new Black Wall Street. How about that? So you can put your business on the new Black Wall Street. So for those of you who do not know, I am Dr. Khadijah Chapman. I am Coach Millionaires. I am the founder of the Millionaires Matrix, where we are unapologetically engineering Black millionaires. We have a masterclass coming up this Wednesday. If you want more information about the Matrix, if you really want to understand how to get your credit on fleek, if you really want to understand how to build your business, how to understand investment strategies so that you can put your money to work for you out of money that we literally help you create, literally out of thin air. Put it to work for you so you don't have to work so hard. We are not an investment strategy. Listen, we're not an investment club. I'm sorry. We do have investment strategy. We're not an investment club. And I like to say that because at the end of the day, some people get it twisted. They hear one part of this conversation because for a while people thought all we did was credit repair. And I'm like, no, we don't do credit repair. We help you understand. Like some people have excellent credit. You know, they have excellent credit. But they have excellent credit. I helped a young lady a couple weeks ago. A lady had almost 800 credit score, but she didn't want to use her credit, and she was in a real dire situation. And I said, lady, listen, you know, I tried to help her do some business stuff, but it takes a while to do business credit and things like that. And you got it. Certain things you have to do, right? Her business wasn't set up for us to get her funded the way she wanted to get it funded, right? So I had to talk to her. I said, listen, lady, your credit right now is down near 800. I think on one of them it wasn't 800. But you have a serious need. She had a life-changing need, okay? She was one of the ones that her son was about to be, they need to get an attorney $50,000, okay? Like, fast. So I had to explain to her, because at first I didn't know what they needed the money for. I didn't really care. But as time went on, at some point, I'm like, listen, maybe I can help you. What do you need? Because sometimes I can help people in other ways. I know some phenomenal. I didn't know what it was, but you know, I'm a connector. That's just what I do, right? I know a lot of people. So anyway, make a long story short, once I knew what she needed it for, I said, listen, lady, this is serious, like, and I can get you some money like that because you have the scores. So I said, and she has some other stuff too that she needs to handle. I said, well, if you don't handle the other stuff, your score is not going to be at 800. And once the score is gone, your leverage to create cash, literally out of thin air, that's gone. So by the time we got done, and trust me, she had talked to 5 people before she talked to me. And her family was adamant. This woman is like, in other words, Khadijah, Dr. Khadijah, please don't talk to her about doing anything with her personal credit because she's not going to do it. And okay, and I respected what they had to say. But as time went on and I saw that she couldn't do everything I needed her to do in the time I needed her to do it in, plus she went into the hospital. By the time I got done talking to her, she was willing to do whatever. And we got her a nice sizable piece of money. And some of the money we got for her is inside of an investment strategy now so that she can pay the money back without worrying about it. That's how you do stuff smart. Black people, you get a lawsuit, you get some money, you get an inheritance, or you pull some money down using your credit. Don't just run out and buy a Lambo like the one man wants on Periscope. Put some of the money inside of an investment strategy. Get you some real estate. Get you some mentors who can show you how to do some safe investment strategies. With that, guys, I got to go. Everybody, thank you so much for joining. I don't know if I said hi to Stanford. And happy Father's Day for all the fathers. Thank you guys so much. Join us at team3kday.com. Be on that masterclass that's coming up next Wednesday. We're going live. We're going hard. Guys, we are unapologetic. If you have not seen Article 13, I need you to see Article 13. And when I do this masterclass, I'm going to show you some bits and pieces of another video that will blow your mind. Like, I want you to really start thinking. I want you to really know. I want you to understand, guys. I might be smiling, but this ain't, I mean, real talk. I just feel like I look a little better on camera when I'm smiling. Ourselves in a position to win. Article 13, I was saying, guys, Facebook, I'm not sure if you could hear me or see me or not, I don't know. But this is serious. You know, this is serious. I mean, real talk. Millionaires Matrix is about us coming together collectively, making money together. But it's more about that. It's more about us having a voice. It's more of us being able to protect ourselves because right now we're being desensitized. You know, I was told that they have the guards on some street near Madison Garden. That ain't funny, guys. That ain't hot at all. That ain't hot. You know, because at the end of the day, just like they're killing our men in the streets and they're imprisoning our men, and everybody knows that this is what's happening. So when they come for you, or they come for your son, or they come for your daughter, don't think that it can't happen to you. Don't think that it can't be you. It happened to me, and it happened to some other people around me that I got a friend whose son is in jail right now for life for murder. He wasn't even in the room when the murder happened. And I, like my one friend said, "Oh, Khadijah, you don't know that, but I do know that because I know that kid." And he's like my kid, and my kid is the kind of kid that wouldn't hurt a fly, unless it's self-defense. It's just certain people, he's just not. It's not in him. It's not in him to kick a kid in the head and all the things they said he did, which they never proved in court. But she didn't have the right team behind her. O.J. Simpson was able to get out of whatever happened. I don't know what happened with Nicole. I don't know. I have passed no judgment. I leave that to God. But I'm going to tell you this. Had he not had that law team that he had, y'all already know. He would have fried. He would have been under the jail. Seriously. Real talk. And then everything that Bill Cosby is going through, if he didn't have the crew that he has, and I haven't really been present to what's going on with him. I hear little bits and pieces from people in my circle, but we know that he wouldn't be sitting over with a hung jury. How did they get that trial in somewhere in Pennsylvania, I think, and you got like 8 black people on the trial, on the jury, and this is what I said about that. I don't really know what happened, but that stuff is way too old. He too old for all of a sudden for it to come up. A lot of it is past the statute of limitations except one person, so you don't really know if any of it is valid. And this is how I feel about that. We got a whole lot of black men sitting in prison for stuff that we know they didn't do and they know that they didn't do. So I just really pray that this man does not go to jail. They done already scarred him, his legacy, which is really, that's what that was really all about. Because you can't tell me that man was doing all that stuff to know. And I understand that there was one girl who, look, I don't even know what that was all about, and I'm not even going to try to go into that. However, somebody said they're trying to give him a heart attack. Well, it's sad. What's even sad is that a lot of us as black people don't really understand the game. And I'm not even saying he didn't do anything that he shouldn't have done. I'm not even saying that. But all I'm saying is that it's always a reason why they go after certain people. And a lot of times we don't understand. Last thing I'm saying, I gotta go. I don't know if you guys remember a few years ago, there was this older white man. He had this, I think, Asian looking girlfriend, and I think she was hanging out with Magic Johnson or somebody, one of the football greats, black men. And they caught the white man on tape calling the guy niggas or whatever. He was mad, right? So at the end of the day, they ostracized him. They made him give up his NBA ownership, yada yada yada. But that's what that really was about. They wanted his part in the team. That's what that was about. Because I've said it out loud. If you were to put a camera on in my house and somebody pissed me off of another race, ain't no telling what you might hear me saying. But I'm not a racist. I love people. But I come out of my element sometimes. In the comfort of my own home, around my friends, somebody might piss me off, and I might call them out their name, and I'm just going to keep it 100 because I'm not the only one who's been there and done that. But I don't really mean that for everybody. And I may not even mean it about them. And if you give me enough time, I probably would apologize, just even in my own circle saying, I didn't really mean that like that. But in that moment, I might. So that's all I'm trying to say. But anyway, listen, guys, understand that it's a game being played in America. You are given everything that you need to be uber wealthy, real talk. And in America, people come here from all over the world to get those seven figures that we get at some point called a Social Security number. So you need to learn how to leverage that. And just really understand the game here in America, guys. Just understand the game because money is created literally out of thin air. So when you really start to understand that and you move in that capacity, you start to listen. You know what? It's a whole nother thought process that starts to happen. And there's other people, and this is the last thing I'm going to say. I may have said that 2 minutes ago, but last thing I'm going to say. There's only 14 million Jews in America. 14 million, guys. 14 million Jews. And thank you so much for joining, John Wilson. Thank you so much for the hearts. And for anyone who's retweeted and shared and all that good stuff, thank you so much for that as well. But there's 14 million Jews in America. No, in the world. I'm sorry, in the world. There's 44 million of us here. So I need you to think about this because the Jews control everything. Like all the money. They control it all, from the music industry to the propaganda on television, to the banks, you know, to the Federal Reserve. I mean, come on, people. The Federal Reserve Bank, for those of you who don't know, that's a corporation. It's a group of private people. It's not the government of the United States. The IRS ain't even real, but I don't want to have that conversation here. But I'm going to tell you, we talk about tax strategies. Your president, what's his name, Trump, he even said it. I was like, Trump, can you not say that out loud in public? But he was like, basically like, I ain't paid taxes. He says, I use the tax codes. And he's absolutely right. Black people, we don't read. We don't understand the Constitution. We don't read the IRS tax codes. The people who work for the IRS don't even read the IRS tax codes. They don't even know that half of the stuff they push it as paper pushers, it ain't even valid. But when you know better, you what? You do better. All right, guys, I've got to go. Oh, my God, I've been on for an hour. Thank you guys so much. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Thank you so much for allowing me to go on another one of my radical rants. You know, this is Dr. Khadijah X, Chapman, Coach Millionaires. Thank you so much. Join us at team3kday.com. Get on the list, man. Get on the list that's designed to end. You keep going in and out of this go. Okay, well, sorry about that. But thank you guys so much. I'm hanging up now, but thank you. I got it. All right, well, hopefully you got the gist. Hopefully you got join team3kday.com. And I'll see you on the other side, guys. I look forward to seeing all you guys on Wednesday to be a part of our